G'day everyone, James Greenshields here from the Resilient Leaders Foundation. Wanted to get on today and talk to you about who to listen to at the moment with so much stuff going on out there. You know, in the mainstream media, everyone's been inundated with the incredibly traumatic events from Christchurch, but not only that, right around the globe. So we're left with this situation. Who do I listen to? Well, if you listen to, it doesn't matter if they're a spiritual leader, a politician, or someone like myself just getting on and spruiking, then if they try and bring you into emotion, then what's going to happen is you're going to swing a pole. So a religious leader gets on and paints their religion as being victimized and everything like that. What they're doing is simply swinging the pole. They're still in the same conversation, and they're attempting to just draw you to this side for whatever reason. Now, that's still sticking into a victim mentality that life is happening to us. Any real deep spiritual teacher will explain how life doesn't happen to you. You're intimately involved in life. It's the basis of, matter of fact, all religion and spirituality. So how do we decipher who to actually listen to? Those that bring balance, those that elevate themselves out of the situation and talk from a higher place, those that have a desire to bring us to a place of understanding, not from an emotionally contractive position, not from, oh dear, look at us, please be compassionate to us. It's not how it works. The whole fanatical discussion between Christianity and the West and Islam, it's just going backwards and forwards. Just look at the Palestinian conflict. It will go continually backwards and forwards until we elevate ourselves out of it. People are saying Jacinta, the PM of New Zealand, is the anti-Trump. Well, then again, you're still going from the pendulum. You're making one person wrong to make the other person right, instead of pulling yourself right out of the situation and saying, well, how does this affect me? So things happen in Christchurch. It's devastating. How does it affect me? What decisions am I making about my life that are creating a feeling within me which are dramatically affecting my life? If you get really short because you listen to the 6 o'clock news and all of a sudden your kids come in with an issue that they really need dealt with, and you take an emotional outburst at them because you've taken on the emotion from the television, from the 6 o'clock news, that is directly affecting your life. If you talk in the coffee room at work about how this and that is all negative and there's negativity in the coffee room, that's affecting your life. I was out on the Young Warrior one day and a 12-year-old said to me, Donald Trump is killing the world. And I said, how does Donald Trump affect your life? And I heard his parents speak through him at the age of 12. And I said, no, how does Donald Trump affect your life? And he's gone, well, he's doing this, that, and the other. And I asked, no, specifically, tell me one thing that Donald Trump is affecting in your life. And he couldn't give it to me, and I gave him one. I said, right now, you're feeling incredibly angry. And what that's doing to your internal system is actually really toxic. Matter of fact, a direct correlation between suppressed anger and cancer. So what we need to do is elevate ourselves out of any conversation. It's a great example is toxic masculinity, because a lot of discussions at the moment about Christchurch are, we'll get back at these people. And it's these supposed men trying to act tough on a vendetta. They've got pain inside to firstly believe and come from that position. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. There is masculinity out of balance. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. It's like there's no such thing as a negative emotion. Masculinity simply is. When you truly connect to it and it is completely in balance and comes from a place of love within your heart, it is an amazing, rich experience for the man or the woman who experiences it, because it's not gender specific. Male does not equal masculine. We already know this because sometimes we'll say to a person, she's wearing the pants in your relationship. Pants in your relationship is directly correlated to setting direction in the relationship, which is a masculine trait. So therefore, masculinity is not toxic. It's the imbalance of how this is coming out. Then what's going to happen is there's going to be collateral damage. That's negative. So it's the inappropriate expression of masculinity, of emotion, of any of these discussions, the inappropriate expression which causes the turbulence, which causes the collateral damage, and that's negative. We need to separate the actual outcome or the result of action from the emotion, and also from these internal characteristic traits like masculine and feminine, because there are a lot of masculine women out there. Matter of fact, one of the biggest issues with CEOs, chief executive officers, females, is baldness. Why? Increased testosterone presence causes baldness, which means they are leading from a masculine space, not a feminine space. Now, yes, there is a transition at the moment for women re-owning their feminine, but at the same time, men need to have a look inside. What is feminine? Feminine's your emotion, and it's prime time to talk about that right now. We need to stop acting in emotion. We need to feel it completely. We need to read the messages that it's sending and then act from emotion. That's what a warrior does. And a warrior never acts until a point in time of their own choosing, when they are in balance, when they know everything is set up, and then they act in a calculated, decisive way. That's what we need right now. So who to listen to? People that elevate themselves out of the conversation. People that aren't just going to put you to the other end of the pendulum. Yep, that's called the law of polarity if you want to look it up. Yeah? So don't just go from one side to the other, because you'll just get dizzy. Yeah? So what we need to do is we need to elevate ourselves from either side, and we need to take an objective viewpoint. Listen to what Lord Buddha said 2,500 years ago. Don't believe a single one anyone says, including himself, unless you know it to be true in your own heart. I would suggest that's a perfect way to start. Trust you got something out of it. Much love to everyone.